gentlemen, we now turn our attention to one of the most eagerly anticipated segments of today's agenda, the panel discussion. The focus of this discussion will be regional tourism, challenges and connectivity. This topic is not only highly relevant but also crucial for us as stakeholders in the era defined by its dynamism, evolution, and ever-changing nature. Let us delve into the complexities and opportunities of regional tourism as we navigate through these transformative times.
The discussion is scheduled for 30 minutes, a brief window, no doubt, to explore such a rich and complex topic. However, we hope it will provide a compelling introduction that inspires the tourism community to engage in ongoing dialogue. Our goal is to foster a continuous and concerted effort to address the challenges at hand, ultimately contributing to the advancement of travel and tourism sector across South Asia. To moderate this panel, I would like to call Mr. Ishan Cole, a prominent figure in the fraternity today, whose extensive experience in market analysis and strategic insights has garnered much love and respect. Mr. Ishan Cole, ladies and gentlemen.
And for the fruitful discussion on this topic, please welcome the panelists. Mr. Sanjeev Kumar, President of Confederation of Accredited Tour Operator, CAT. Mr. Tawfiq Rahman, Secretary General, Pacific Asia Travel Association, Tata Bangladesh Chapter. Mr. Ibrahim Shuri, Managing Director, Maldives Marketing and Public Relations Corporation, MMPRC. And Ms. Nandini Lahe Thapa, Senior Director, Nepal Tourism Board.
Hello. Good evening, everyone. Thanks a lot for coming to this Sata event, and I'm honored that they've given me an opportunity to moderate the session and sitting with this all stalwart people of the industry. It gives me immense pleasure. To start with, I have a few questions with me. As we see, tourism is growing, and I guess for that we should always say that it's because of the transportation and the connectivity. So my first question for everyone would be on the basis of transportation and connectivity. I'll start with Mr. Ibrahim. Mr. Ibrahim, what do you think, given your diverse background in infrastructure and project management, how do you see improved connectivity through transportation and infrastructure, such as airports, contributing to the growth of regional tourism of South Asia?
Thank you for having me here. I would like to thank, first of all, South Asian Travel Awards for organizing such a wonderful event. To answer your question, I think connectivity is key, the most important thing in any tourism industry to boost the industry. So, in 1996, when Maldives opened its airport, we have seen a lot of tourists coming, and that was the reason why Maldives has grown as a tourism destination, a premier destination. And today we have seen 6 international airports in the Maldives, and then I think we need to have more airports for us to expand. Right now it's Malla International Airport and all the traffic is diverted there. So our government is coming up with this strategy to have more airports, to connect more and invite more airlines to come. So with the connectivity, I think not just Maldives, any country, it will help to boost the industry.
Has the number of flights also increased?
Yes, and this year we've surpassed certain milestones, in February we've seen we have been in the history to have the most number of arrivals, and we have reached 1 million arrivals 2 to 3 weeks ahead compared to other years. So that's the reason why we have seen the growth is because we have resumed, new airlines have resumed flights to the Maldives. So I think even if you want to expand, we need to have more connectivity and flights. And next year we hope that we will be having our new international airports, and by 2030 we are hoping that we will be able to cater to 7.5 million tourists.
Very nice. To the topic, just wanted to ask you with your involvement in Bangladesh Tourism Master Plan and regional tourism initiatives. What do you see as the key obstacles to improving cross-border tourism connectivity among South Asian countries like India, Nepal, and Bhutan?
Thank you very much. Good afternoon. It's my great honor and pleasure to be present in this prestigious award function. In Bangladesh, in 2020, the government has decided to prepare the Bangladesh Tourism Master Plan, and it's my great honor to see the former CEO of Bangladesh Tourism Board, Mr. Kabir, is here. When he was in the chair, then the government decided to start the tourism plan, and it was actually in 18 months tourism plan, and I'm one of the consulting for this master plan from private sector. I mean, we are doing the tourism in Bangladesh, but unfortunately it's scattered well. So the main objective was to make a plan, long-term plan, mid-term plan, and short-term plan, yearly plan. And there are several places like we have one of the longest unbroken cities in the world, Cox's Bazar, and we have seen that many owners are making your hotels, resorts and other things without making proper design, plan, waste management and so on. So that was actually main agenda to make a system or guideline for the private investors. And what happened, when we started this plan, then COVID came, I'm talking about January 2020, it was actually launched. And then almost 1.5 years it was stopped. And it took almost 3 years, and I'm proud to say that it's already completed. And the Prime Minister already approved, and the Cabinet already approved. And in Bangladesh, there are so many things happen regarding the political scenario. But we are very much hoping that by this year everything will come down, and the advantage is, as a private sector entrepreneur, we are saying that the tourism industry should be controlled by the highest level, like Prime Minister and so on. So presently, our chief advisor, he is actually holding so many ministries. Tourism is one of them. So we are very much hoping that by this government, tourism will be one of the important agenda, and to implement it, because we have the NTC, National Tourism Council, headed by the Prime Minister. I'm very much hoping that because it's passed from the Prime Minister end, so it will be implemented soon. Thank you.
Mr. Kumar, I'm talking about connectivity only. As the President of Voyages Kerala and K2, what do you believe are the primary challenges facing the regional tourism connectivity in South Asia, particularly in improving the accessibility infrastructure across the countries?
When we are talking about the issues, the first and foremost problem what we are facing is infrastructure connectivities. The deficiencies which we are facing in most of the destinations in the countries. I was here 2 days back in Nepal. We had gone for some local tours and all, so which I would like to discuss on that subject more with Nepal Tourism Association tomorrow. So main thing is infrastructure deficiencies which we have to address. Second thing is the political instability as well as the security issues related to terrorism and all, which has to be addressed by the government level. Then visa restrictions are there for India. As it is concerned, India doesn't have that much problem with other South Asian countries. But in between, some countries they are having some visa issues which has to be addressed.
Then standardization in tourism. In India, when you are talking about standardization, Kerala was one of the states which came with a standard tourism policy to be adopted and has to be started implementing it on levels of tourism. Then the major other influence which I am finding it lack of marketing. When there was a time when Kerala tourism used to be part of WTM and LTD along with India tourism. During a period of time, Kerala tourism understands that when you are India is a large country with a lot of diversified products. So significantly grew, you cannot you can market the product on a wider range. Kerala tourism come out with a separate store in WTM and ITV showcasing the products on a to a certain extent with the cultural programs on live basis. So these countries, South Asian countries should come up with a marketing strategy which has to be done jointly. Then the environmental challenges. When we are talking about environmental challenges, sustainable tourism and responsible tourism initiatives has to be taken by the participating countries. Then only you can attract more tourists. As most of the my countries people are over here, and they might be aware about that Kerala tourism has bagged the responsible tourism award consecutively for the 3 times this year also. So sustainable tourism as well as responsible tourism is one of the key factors which has to be bring forward for the development of the art.
Sustainable. Ms. Naveen, just given your experience in promoting Nepal's tourism on the global stage, what are the key challenges that Nepal and other South Asian countries are facing creating more connected, collaborative regional tourism network? As we are on the connectivity, can you also tell us what are the challenges all the connectivity is facing in terms of?
I want to take this opportunity to say a very, very warm welcome to all the Sata delegates. Thank you, Sata, for choosing to come to Nepal. We are so happy and we hope that you will have a very, very nice vacation here along with the event. Talking about it because when we studied tourism, one of the 5 A's, the most important one is of course accessibility. And so at Nepal, a lot of people say it's landlocked, we like to say it is landlinked. But then since we do not have any seas, our accessibility, especially for tourism, especially long-haul markets, is primarily limited by air arrivals. So this is a little bit of a limiting factor for us because by roads, usually India, China, and some of Bangladesh, and even Bhutan, they are the ones who can drive in here. And our government has been focusing a lot on increasing the accessibility to our country. So we have recently opened 2 new international airports in 2 of the important tourism spots. One is Lumbini, the birthplace of Lord Buddha, it's in Malla. And the other one is Malla International Airport. These are spanking new airports, and the government has just introduced subsidies for airlines that want to fly in. Like lower fuel rate, lower parking charges, and a lot of other benefits that they would get. And in the long term, we have regional airport also in offering, but that's a long term issue. Now again, when we are talking about tourism as a destination, all of us are primarily looking at 2 viable markets. One is the next door market, the one-stop destinations like most of you, like India for us, Bangladesh, Bhutan, Sri Lanka, these countries. Another one is the long-haul markets. And for us, your airports are gateways to our country. And I think it is so important that now, especially when tourism is on the revival, on the upward stage, that we really come out with a regional tourism strategy but all of us work very closely together to promote tourism, not only in each other's countries, but also in the long haul markets together. And I'm sure that the discussion we're going to have tomorrow is definitely going to pave the way ahead for that. Thank you.
Very well said, ma'am. To continue with, we've been hearing a lot of things regarding the cultural and preserving the natural assets as well. And especially the word go local. So my next question is for you only. As someone deeply involved in tourism marketing, how do you think the South Asian countries can collectively leverage their cultural and natural assets to compete with other global destinations while ensuring the sustainable and crisis-resilient tourism practices? Again, we come on the same topic of sustainability and being local, but what are your thoughts on that?
Thank you. I think that's a wonderful question that is so relevant to all of us in tourism. Nepal, of course, is known for its natural and cultural wonders, and in all that comes all the different activities we can do. Now, for me, at the risk of losing my job many times, I always say that Nepal is victim of a very strong brand, which is Mount Everest. And so that's why when you say, oh, going to Nepal, if you haven't been here, you immediately think, oh, I have to be a trekker, or I have to be young, or I have to generally be a backpacker, but that's not true. And at the base of the mountains, we have so much more. It's our culture, our heritage, and the millions and millions of different beautiful products we have. And that's why I feel sometimes our tourism offerings have been so kind of limited by this strong branding of Mount Everest, and that is why post-COVID we got a great chance to rebrand Nepal as a destination for all reasons and all seasons, and to establish Nepal as a destination beyond mountains. Now all of us, each and every country that is represented, all of us really come from a very rich and very natural heritage that we have, and that is what we are promoting to the world. And the most fantastic thing is that, though let's take our cuisine, we have the same basic ingredients, we have the same spices, but each of our cuisine is so unique in its own way. When we take our traditions, we share a lot of common festivals, but the way we celebrate is unique. And that's why there is so much of unity in our diversity. And so really for me, this Sata event, I think it is a great, I really want it to be a great coming together of different countries, different cultures, and that we go together as a single destination to the long haul markets. Now, having said all that, so what we are really promoting is our culture, our nature, but then again, we are all very aware, like you spoke about sustainability and how wonderful everything is. And Nepal has a lot of snowy white peaks, but what is happening today? Because of climate change brought on by us, the white is turning to green, and the greens are turning to brown. So we are really so endangered, and in a couple of years, we really might not have anything to really show, to attract the tourists. And also, when we talk about sort of sustainability in our cultural heritage, and each one of us really has fantastic cultural heritage, we have to not only protect the tangible heritage, but also the intangible heritage, like the customs, the wars, the music, the different traditions that we follow. So, there is a lot we have to do together, and unless we consciously, as literally the sellers of these beautiful products, put in a strong step forward, we are going to be in big trouble tomorrow. So for Nepal, we are really taking very, very strong steps to see that we try to retain it as pristine as possible. Thank you.
That's absolutely, no one can take Mount Everest out of Nepal, so I guess that is one thing which is always present. In fact, last time I had the opportunity to go to Lukla and went to the mountain. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I should have worn the Nepali cap as well to support the local thing also. Brian, I just wanted to ask you on the same concept. As the managing director of MMRTRC, how are you working to the position the Maldives as a hub of regional tourism within South Asia, and what strategies are you employing to strengthen the tie-ups with the neighboring countries in the region?
I also agree with when you talk about Nepal, it's not just Mount Everest, there are so many other things. And when people talk about Maldives, most of the time it's the sun, sand, and sea. But there's more to it. Now we are talking something beyond that. We are telling them we have culture, we have so many other things like the food and so many diverse experiences are there. So it's not just sunset and sea. So we have more to offer. And how can we work with South Asian region? If you look at it, Maldivian National University, we have faculty of hospitality and tourism. We have international students studying, and then after their studies, they are working in the resorts. I think the same thing can be done with other countries. Maldives, Nepal, India, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh. They can come and learn from us, and at the same time, we can learn from them. And during our recent visit to India, when we had a Welcome India roadshow, we met the tourism minister of India, and he was suggesting for us to come and then have exchange programs between us. So which is good. So we will look forward to have those kind of exchanges and collaborations. I think that's one of the key ways that we can engage other and learn from each other. Even this event itself proves that we are here to work together, exchange ideas, and I think we can learn from each other. So this is a wonderful event. I think we need to have more events like this.
Looking forward to this multicultural thing. Mr. Coffee, I'm just going to change the question for you. Having pioneered initiatives such as bringing international cruise tourism to Bangladesh and operating the longest river cruise in the region, how do you envision marine and river-based tourism contributing to a stronger regional tourism collaborating in South Asia?
Thank you. I actually forgot to answer your regional connectivity question. After COVID, the tourism experts were saying that we shouldn't focus more on long-haul tourism, rather short-haul tourism, or regional tourism, or to some extent cross-border tourism is actually the option. If I'm talking about Bangladesh, India, Bhutan and Nepal, we are very much connected by road also. And from India to Bangladesh, we have a very connectivity as well. Since you have talked about the cruise tourism, I still remember in 2017, we first ever brought the international cruise to Bangladesh. It was Silver Sea cruise, and it was started from Colombo to Bangladesh and ended in Myanmar and then in Phuket. So, because Bangladesh is a riverine country, and recently from 2023, we have started another cruise from India. Actually, it was saying the longest river cruise in the world. It has started from Banaras, India, and it was inaugurated by the Indian Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi ji. And then we entered to Bangladesh and ended in Tripura in Assam. So it was actually 51 days cruise, 51 days cruise, and they have covered almost 3,200.
That's a lot of days. That's a lot of days.
3,200 miles, and they have crossed 27 rivers and touched upon 50 different tourism spots. So because we are a riverine country and India also has a huge potential, so we can actually connect to river as well as the sea, because in Colombo in Sri Lanka, also in Maldives, and also in different parts of India like Chennai or Kochi or Mumbai or Goa. So there are so many international cruises coming. So I actually see the huge potential between the cruise tourism and also river tourism in this region. And in that way, we can connect our region and also we can enhance the cross-border opportunities in our region.
I'm now tempted to come for that 51 days cruise. Mr. Kumar, given Kerala's reputation as a key tourism destination, which I've heard staying in India as well, how can other South Asian countries collaborate and more effectively with India to create multi-destination itineraries that promote the region as a unified tourism circuit?
First and foremost, what we have to do is we have to go for a joint promotion of tourism, do joint marketing, As you know, the governments can take policies, decision and can pass it in the assemblies and all. But who will implement this, or through whom we will implement these promotions and all? Of course, it is through the tourism boards also. They can associate. You know, government has some limitations in implementing all these things. So the best thing is the trade associations, which is part of tourism in the respective countries, should come forward, make a joint platform and start marketing jointly. Number two is that make itineraries covering all the countries. So that itinerary should highlight the importance of why we are highlighting this particular itinerary and why we are highlighting these particular destinations. So that when, see, digital marketing is something which we started in Kerala in a different way. As one of the executive committee member of one trade association called ATOI in Kerala, we started a program called a conference called International Conference on Travel Technology. It's the first of a kind in India as well. And lot of people, the first edition actually there were people only from Kerala, but from the second edition onwards, a lot of trade partners from other destinations also joined us to learn how we can, see, most of the people doesn't know how to make a reel in Facebook or an Instagram. So we started the initiative to teach them how to do it. See, there is a limitation for the trade the tourism bodies for investing, because investment on social media platform require huge money. Kerala show a way in a different way where the trade partners themselves can start promoting with putting hashtag with Kerala tourism, and we have gone a great way on that subject. So third is
Social media right now is too powerful.
is too powerful. Then standardization tourism policies, every government should come up with a standardized policy on tourism where they should give importance. There was a time where tourism in other states of India who are doing pretty well. For example, in Rajasthan is having a great inflow of tourism, of inbound tourism. And their contribution, the government allocation for marketing and all was hardly 10 to 20 crores. And then at that time when Kerala tourism started thinking about marketing Kerala tourism, it started with 50 and recently I think it was more than 100 crores. When Kerala started with 100 crores, Rajasthan and all come up with 300 crores budget allocation for marketing the tourism product. Similarly, South Asian countries also should provide a good amount of fund for marketing tourism in their respective countries, along with marketing with South Asian countries in total, so that tourism will boom like anything in the South Asian countries. For that, government should actually tie up with trade associations who are having experience of doing this kind of marketing. Or they can tie up with other influencers. Influencers are another one option where tourism can be promoted. So join the itineraries with state tourism, these South Asian tourism bodies is another one option where tourism can be promoted in a bigger way.
Kerala is in my list, in my bucket list, it's lush green hills and waterfalls. Definitely everyone would want to visit Kerala for the same reason.
You are welcome to Kerala.
Ibrahim, as we say, youth is the future for any country. My next question is related to that. With your experience in youth development and capacity building, what role do you think the youth across South Asia can play in overcoming challenges to regional tourism, and how can they be empowered to contribute to sector's growth?
Youth is the key to the future of anything. So we need to empower them, we need to take their ideas because they are very energetic, they have new ideas, and when you look at the things that they are doing, it's crazy. If you now the in thing is artificial intelligence, and the youth is trying to adopt all these things. So we have to embrace the new technology, and I think that's the future. So what we can do in the past things that take 1 hour with AI we can do in 5 hours. So now we see a lot of companies they are embracing the view and the AI. So I think it's very important that we have to find ways among ourselves, to adopt the new technology.
Hello. So I was saying I totally agree. The way ChatGPT has become a lifeline for most of the youth, AI has to be integrated in today's life if you want to have the success.
Yes, and even if you look at the tourism and if you look at the apps, you see a lot of AI generated feedbacks, data driven solutions are there. So slowly we need within ourselves, we need to integrate those kind of new technological advancements with the help of the youth, because they understand these things better and they are on the phone and you can't imagine what they can do. So I think it's very important that we empower the youth.
Miss Nandini, just want to ask, we're talking about youth, and I've heard that you've been a strong empowerment for women. So my next question is, you have been a strong advocate for women in the leadership positions within the tourism industry. What strategies do you believe are essential for increasing female representation in decision-making roles, both in Nepal and across South Asia? And that's a very, very good question, I would say. The way the whole we've been trying to empower the ladies and the women, which is very nice initiative, especially in the hospitality industry and the tourism industry. But how do you want to take it forward?
Thank you. We are all talking tourism here. We belong to the tourism field. And what is tourism all about? It's about hospitality, it's about putting others before self, it's a lot of crisis management, and it is multitasking. And who can do it better than a woman? So I hope that answers your question.
That answers all my questions.
Yeah, anyway, so the ILO actually had shared figures that the tourism industry is one which has a higher percentage of women employees compared to any other industry in the world. But when we really look at where the women are, they're really at mostly all the back end jobs. Housekeeping, the chefs the executive chefs are all men, and they're probably right up in, let's say, the reception and things like that. So when you really go up the ladder, the colors get grayer and blacker. Why? Because you always see suited booted men. So there is really a lacuna of women in decision making posts actually in the tourism industry also. But I'm so happy to have met so many wonderful women today. I had a little chat with Madam Maria from Maldives. And there's wonderful to see a lot of young women who are in decision-making levels. So, in the call itself, we already have a quota system of 33% women at all levels. So there was a time a couple of years back when the President was a woman, the Supreme Court, the Chief Justice was a woman, the Tourism Minister was a woman. That was like literally a world first. So yes, we definitely need to encourage more women to come up to have the confidence to take up leadership positions. But then for that, I think we women ourselves who are already in senior level positions, I think we have the biggest role to play in this. To encourage them to ensure that we are invest in the capacity building. And also give them a lot of opportunities, because one thing I've always believed in is that we not only have to learn as a woman to step up, but also to step back. And that is what I've been consciously doing at the tourism board, where I'm really encouraging our lady staff to come up and so that they gain their confidence and they feel brave enough to sort of go up for a higher position in the future. So, but then tourism cannot survive without women at all levels. And I really hope that all of you here will encourage more women to take up senior positions in your organizations.
I've been working in the hospitality industry for 5 years now, and I've have seen the change in the last decade, and women coming to the leadership roles and taking a senior positions in the hospitality and the tourism industry. And it's very
And I would like to say that in our office, visit Maldives Tourism Board, the majority is women. So great.
So Kumar, I would like to say, how is K2 working to address the regulatory and the policy barriers that hinder seamless cross-border tourism in South Asia? And what strategies do you suggest to encourage governments to prioritize regional tourism cooperation? That's a tricky question when government is involved.
It's a difficult, but there are certain constraints for replying on that question. So it's part of the government. But as a president of CATO, I'll give an example what we have done with the government. See, there was a time when Kerala tourism was booming like anything, and lot of new players coming to the field. And what has happened is that it was a time where anyone who is having a laptop and a mobile and a website can do tour packages, cut and paste tour packages and give to the clients. And what is happening at the end of the day, when the customer comes, the order will change, the transportation facility will change, the quality of the service is going down. And Kerala tourism was on a daily basis getting hundreds of complaints in their inbox regarding the service given by the operators. But when they were complaining to Kerala tourism, that means the complaint is going directly to Kerala tourism, and Kerala tourism has no say in that because the operators who are doing that doesn't have any recognition at all. And government cannot stop all these things, and then they came to and government approved tour operators like us to find out a solution. So we asked government to add in their marketing campaign saying that you go with the government approved tour operator, either by government of India or by government of Kerala, and then your complaint will be addressed. And we, as a government approved tour operator, we use a tagline in our all the emails which is going to the client, saying that go with the government approved tour operator. Now, when it comes to the regulation part, we insist at the government to come up with a tourism regulatory authority to curb down issues like this, because there should be somebody to stop all these issues as to be there. So from the Kerala tourism website itself, they bring about changes. They remove all the unwanted tour operators who are not registered. They put only the registered tour operators on the site. We ask for a government tourism policy and a regulatory authority which still the discussion is going on. And even CATO was formed only on that basis where government can say this is the accredited tour operators by government of Kerala as well as government of India. If at all if there is a problem is there, it will be addressed by the government. So that is one step which we have taken from our side. Similarly, what I request to all other South Asian countries, governments also, to give an accreditation to promote those accredited tour operators, because see, now what we are seeing in the online trade is most of the customers, they pick a hotel, go to the destination, they will book an online taxi, go to that particular place. Yesterday, I went to Malla, and we are seeing even tourists who are coming there without a guide. They are moving around, they are seeing. But we went there, we took a local guide, government Nepal tourism approved guide, and he explained about the whole history of that particular place. See, then only you will understand what exactly is that particular destination. Then only you will feel what that destination means by. Otherwise, you are going there, you are seeing a pond inside, you are seeing some temple structures. Without the history, knowing about the history, there is nothing going visiting there. So, if the government give an accreditation to the approved tour operators, then only tourism will develop like anything. People who come to a particular destination will tell to their friends, you go to this place, that place is having this kind of an importance. See, similarly, when we are associating with Nepal tourism, I am not sure about whether after this Ayodhya temple has been opened. Actually, Lord Rama's wife is from Nepal. Is there any packages which is covering Nepal and Ayodhya So as is there any package you are, any of the tour operators are launched along with this IoT attendance circuit? So, madam, my suggestion is that we regularly take for yesterday, but we are not seeing such kind of a package on the head. So, it is high time Nepal tourism should come up with some strategies for marketing this thing on the online platforms, along with Nepal tourism private organizations, and then you should associate with India tourism organizations. We are actually one of the, I am part of one of the association where we market things in a digital way. Now we started, our next program is related with AI. How AI can contribute for the tourism development. So these kind of information which we are gathering, and one of the speakers of our ex-ICT team is here itself. So come up with some program where we jointly can organize some events, market it in a better way. We as in our expertise, we will also give the expertise to you if you are ready to do it. And our next ICPT is scheduled by the end of this year or next year first. So we invite Nepal tourism also to be part of that. Then you will understand how your trade people can make literacy. A lot of hoteliers, tour operators are there. If the hotelier staff as well as the tour operator staff started marketing through their social media platform with the hashtag with Nepal tourism and along with India tourism, then this kind of packages will go in a bigger way. And of course, I request all the our trade partners also use their proper guides to go to that particular destination where it is having at least those destinations which is having some historical importance. Thank you.
Constructor came out with this conversation, and you were saying something.
I would like to just give a comment. Since I think you were representing Kerala, right? I went to Partha Summit and I found out that Kerala has won one of the marketing promotion, which is called Holiday Heist, right? It's like Money Heist, which is like a series.
A TV show.
Yeah, a TV show. So they had a very creative marketing campaign, and I was really impressed. And I think with your team that you have mentioned that you are working with AI in the creative side, it is really interesting. So I would like to just applaud what you guys are doing, and we will learn from that as well. So I thought it was interesting, and I thought I will highlight that.
Guys, I'm not going to hold you back for long. My last question for Mr. Tawfiq only, and then probably you can go and enjoy the dinner and drinks. In your work with Bangladesh Tourism Board and other regional stakeholders, what strategies do you believe will be the best to promote sustainability and eco-friendly tourism in South Asia, particularly preserving the natural wonders like Sundarbans and other sensitive areas?
What I feel the main constraint for the regional tourism or cross-border tourism is the visa. And if you're asking me that who is responsible for that, I should say the government. I'm sorry, the government is always a big constraint for us. I mean, we are talking about the visa, e-visa, and so on. So when we ask this sort of question to our bureaucrats, they say that we don't have any proper knowledge that security is a big concept. Okay, visa is one issue, and then they say that security is a big concept. I have no idea that in this world, is there any secure country where there is no incident happening. If you're talking about US, you're talking about Canada, you're talking about Germany, France, Spain, where everywhere in the world. Every time we, the South Asians or South nationals, we are actually the target all over the world. So that is the second issue. And third issue is, I've never seen properly that whether, from a private point of view, private developer point of view, we have a very good relation with the tour operator from our neighbors. For example, Indian tour operators, Maldivian tour operators, Sri Lankan operators, Nepal, Bhutan, we have very strong ties. We are inviting them for a country, they are inviting us, we are promoting their product, they are promoting our product, we are working for joint marketing and promotion. But I've now seen in a bigger way that we have a proper communication and connectivity between the tourism boards. For example, I don't know that whether Nepal Tourism Board has any MOU signed with Indian Tourism Board, or Sri Lankan Tourism Board, or Maldivian Tourism Board, or Bangladesh Tourism Board. I don't know. We as a private entrepreneurs, we have a certain limitations. We are talking about the marketing, promotion, attending some of the tourism fairs, frankly, road shows. It costs money, huge amount of money. So as a private entrepreneur, it is not possible for us to spend that sort of money. But the government can do, because government has a mandate, and also they have budget, and also they can make a good relationship with our neighboring countries. But unfortunately, I haven't seen properly that the boards or the tourism authority or the ministries of tourism in these countries are working closely. So that is actually the main constraint. But if we are talking about the prospect and prosperity, I can say that we have a huge prospect, especially if we are talking about the whole region. That's why really, from the private point of view, we are asking for a long time to work together. For example, a tour can be happening from Himalaya to the sea. Starting from Himalaya and ending maybe India or in Bangladesh or some other countries. If you're talking about the Buddhist connectivity, Buddhist birthplace in Nepal, also in India, also in Bangladesh also. Sri Lanka is very famous for that. So if we can work together, private sector we are working, but if the government sector, the public sector come forward, then actually the real scenario will be.
So rather making a smaller circuit like within India, within Nepal, make it a bigger circuit within the whole South Asian region.
And then we can together can market go for a long.
That'll be great. That'll be a great idea.
But unfortunately, the middleman can answer. But I haven't seen a proper cooperation and support from my point of view. Thank you.
I'm here to answer the question now.
Yeah, sure. It's probably give me a chance to do that. It's really interesting to say that. Thank you so much. In fact, we have tried to, we are still working on it. A few years back, we were backed by one of the UNDP projects. We had run a very successful campaign for BBIN. It was Bhutan, Bangladesh, India, and Nepal. And so all the countries, tourism boards worked together, the governments worked together, and we actually came up with common collaterals. Like we had posters in all the 4 countries, we had brochures, we had a website where there were tours connecting all the 4 countries. And one of the plus caveats in that was in every international event that we go to, we would have to share space. So like an ITB or WT or any of the fairs, we had these co-joint brochures taken. So was Bangladesh doing, so was Bhutan, and so was India. And that unfortunately phased out. Right now, we are working on a government-to-government level on the Buddhist circuit, where all the countries, because Buddha was born in Nepal, and he's connected to India, with people like Afghanistan, Bangladesh, Pakistan. So we are coming up with a big circuit where tourists can have almost going to all these different countries, not only for tourism, not only for spiritual tourism, but also looking at the different other different attractions in that country. The same thing Andy mentioned about the railways also. We have been working very actively just about 2 weeks back. We were talking to the Indian government and the railways also about expanding all this because Jagadpur will be the birthplace of Sata. So right now the Indian government has a train, they have a train in the British circuit, the Ramayana circuit, and they have a stopover in Jagadpur as towards the birthplace of Sita. And we are trying to add those stops in that. So definitely there is a lot we can do together, and I think with the time for competition is over. We have to go in for cooperation. That's the only way we can grow. So thank you so much for you talking about this very, very important topic. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, It was a pleasure talking to you all, and it was a very informative session in terms of knowing the South Asian countries and what are the developments happening. I will not take more time of yours. I guess you must perhaps be hungry for dinner or something. So So these guys have the networking there. It was a pleasure talking to you. Thanks a lot. Thank you.